Und now, a special presentation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what today is? It's Mother's Day. That's right. For all of you to enjoy, it's time for you to do something special with your moms, take her out, give her a present, etc., etc. Yours truly has decided to do some reading. After all, he celebrated his Mother's Day yesterday on Free Comic Book Day with his mom. What? Isn't your mom a geek too? So, I think it's time to continue our little tradition of every Mother's Full day, finding a couple of good pony fanfics about mothers. This time, I decided to do a Spike and Twilight fic. Why? Because heavens knows I need more Spike and Twilight moments. Besides that, I already did the Wall-Eyed one last year. And I've done plenty of Derpy and Dinky throughout most of this year. And there's even too much Derpy for me. So without further ado, let's enjoy as we here at the Derryberry Memorial Library and proud to present Mommy, I Love You by Yosh Io. Chapter 1, only chapter. Mommy, I Love You. It was shortly after the events of Starlight's Glimmer's reform that Spike, Twilight's loyal assistant, celebrated his birthday. So, he said as he greeted the Princess of Friendship, I suppose I'll get the place ready to have all our friends over? Actually, Twilight said as he looked at his saddlebag, it's just going to be you and me today. The young purple dragon was caught off guard by Twilight's statement. We're not organizing books again, he asked meekly, are we? Oh no, chuckled Twilight. We did that yesterday. Spike caught on what the unicorn was getting at. Thump! Single? Huh? Asked the green-bellied dragon, as he felt his blue backpack lined against his chest. Hurry! Encouraged Twilight. I've got a big surprise for you. I just can't wait to see. Spike was confused at what Twilight was up to. However, he was a bit excited too. How often was it that he and Twilight did something together? Well, something that didn't involve work, books, or matters related to spreading friendship throughout Equestria. Okay, he exclaimed, after loading his backpack with his important things. Great! Cheered Twilight, as he got the front hose together. Now, follow me to the top of the castle. Spike was feeling butterflies off of what could be possibly awaiting at the Castle of Friendship's uppermost chamber. Could it be a surprise party? Perhaps that first edition alternate variant cover of Power Ponies issue 1? Here! He huffed as he reached the room. A quick scan showed that it was always had been. Empty. Twilight smiled as he turned towards the open window and sat on her back conscious. Come on! She proclaimed. We're off to Canterlot! Canterlot? Spike wondered, while climbing on Twilight's back. That's right! Twilight announced, spreading her wings. And we're off! Spike tried to get answers to what was going on as he and Twilight flew towards the equestrian capital. However, the purple alicorn only chuckled while telling him, You'll see, or it's a surprise. Upon reaching Canterlot, the Princess of Friendship used her teleportation magic so that their destination was truly a surprise for her number one assistant. Whoa! Yelled Spike, upon suddenly finding himself on the ground before a familiar building. I thought you were going to warn me when you did that! But that would ruin the surprise, Twilight said gleefully, while using her magic to open the door before them. Oh, wondered Spike, upon entering what he now realized was their home before moving to Ponyville. What are we doing back here? Twilight used her magic to quickly lift the book away that had been set out. Remember your old room, Spike? She asked. Yeah, he replied while putting a claw to his cheek. Without looking towards the young dragon, Twilight stated, I want you to go to your room, Spike. Huh? You heard me, she forcibly stated, while still making no eye contact with the young dragon. Go to your room. Spike sighed as he complied with Twilight's orders. Some surprise, he moaned while opening the door to his old room. It was dark, since all the curtains were closed. Click! Whoa! He cried upon the light switch. Princess Celestia, Luna, Cadence, and Starlight Glimmer were all standing before him. Surprise! They all cried. Happy birthday, Spike! Spike couldn't believe his eyes as he stood wide-eyed with a gaping jaw at the three alicorns and reformed unicorn. Surprise? Twilight asked as he entered. I hope you're surprised. I know I was. You? Spike. What do you mean? Spike, Princess Celestia said. First and foremost, happy birthday. Thanks! He exclaimed. Today is indeed a special day. The Princess of the Sun happily stated. Right, Starlight? Yes, announced the periwinkle unicorn. It's not every day you get to share with someone how truly special they are. I don't believe this. What, Starlight? My first appearance on your show in a fic is in a one-shot. Yeah, sorry about that, Starlight. We are getting swamped with fanfics. Special? Asked Spike, while looking about the room. Do you mean me? Princess Luna nodded and said, I was just as surprised as everybody else when I found out. Twilight giggled cheerfully while she stood beside Spike. My mind was completely blown, she boomed. Spike looked at everyone before putting a claw over his chest, saying, What is it? This is where I take my leave, said Luna. Happy birthday, Spike. Luna raised her front hose before teleporting herself back to where she slumbered during the day, in preparation for her nocturnal duties. I should take my leave as well, stated Celestia, while levitating a small box in front of herself and guiding to Spike. Happy birthday, Spike. Celestia spread her wings before triumphantly flashing in a flash of light. Spike looked at the tiny box he had been presented. Don't open it, stated Cadence. At least not yet. Spike looked to Twilight for guidance. What's going on? Spike, said Starlight. It's unbelievable what I was able to learn at the fateful time you and Twilight taught me the value of friendship. It was the first time I met you, replied Spike, and all I remember is falling a lot. Twilight blushed. That was my fault. I kept forgetting you can't stand on clouds like I could. No, countered Starlight. If I hadn't put you both through my own misguided, anger-driven notions, none of this would have happened. Exactly, announced Cadence. That is why you are now redeeming yourself, though putting your talents to good and discovering what Twilight is about to share with Spike. Spike went towards Twilight. Twilight smiled and nodded. I think it's time we took our leave as well, Starlight, stated Cadence. There's still much to do in the Crystal Empire, and our train leaves soon. Right, agreed Starlight. Cadence and Starlight gave Spike a hug before exiting. Once the pair had left the building, Twilight gestured for Spike to join her at his old bassinet. Ready? She asked, while eagerly levitating the book she picked up in front of herself. Spike shrugged before sitting on his old bed. I guess so. Twilight wrapped her leg around the trusted assistant and put her hoof on his shoulder. I'd like to begin by saying how sorry I am, Spike, she sighed. Sorry? He wondered. For what? Twilight closed her eyes and looked towards the floor. For not ever realizing how special you are. To me, she replied. Spike noticed a tear from Twilight's eye, and with his claw to wipe it away. Please don't cry, Twilight, he said. Oh, Spike, she sniffled. You've always been so kind, caring, and considerate. There was a brief pause, while Spike tried to comfort the purple alicorn, who he had known his entire life. Okay, said Twilight, moving on. The Princess of Friendship opened the book. She headed to a page before guiding it to Spike. Young Dragon took hold of the book and stared at the pages before him. He was surprised to see an image of a large, hairy, winged creature hanging the egg, who appeared to be Star-Scroll the Bearded. Remember how I told you I didn't know who found you, or where they found you? Asked Twilight. Well, Starlight found the answer. Starlight? Asked Spike as he gazed deeper at the image within the book. How? Well, said Twilight, the answer was lost with the Crystal Empire, when King Sombra was defeated by Princess Celestia and Princess Luna. Spike continued to look with intrigue at the strange creature holding the egg. The one holding the egg is Scorpion, stated Twilight. He and T-Rex came to Equestria a long, long time ago. T-Rex? Questioned Spike. Isn't he the one that destroyed our home at the Golden Oaks Library? Yes, Spike, she replied. However, unlike T-Rex, Scorpion wanted to be friends with the ponies of Equestria. He even aided in banishing T-Rex to Tartarus, along with Star-Scroll the Bearded. However, fearing for the safety of our world, Scorpion offered Starswirl an egg along with a prophecy. So, Spike wondered as he tapped the clock upon the image of the egg. The egg is me? Yes, replied Twilight. Scorpion knew Equestria needed far more than the elements of harmony to defend itself against those who would threaten it. He also knew he and Starswirl could not live forever, as Princess Celestia and Luna would eventually achieve. So, to assure the safety of all Equestria, he offered a dragon egg he had discovered in his worldly travels. The young dragon scanned the text of the pages, hoping to read where his egg was found, only to find a blurb on how it was not of equestrian origin. So, long to short, continued Twilight, the prophecy was, when one whom my colors magically has me as my mother shall forever be bound to my eternal power. Eternal power? Thought Spike. Yes, that's why King Sombra stole you from the castle of the two sisters and hid you, along with the prophecy, deep within the walls of his castle. Well, thought Spike, I don't remember anything about King Sombra except for that terrifying experience with his shadow, where he had to find the crystal heart so Cadence could vanquish him. That's because Princess Luna recovered your egg before Sombra could use his dark magic to hatch you, said Twilight. Fortunately, she only got the egg and not the prophecy. Twilight went on to share how Celestia and Luna both tried to hatch his egg, but were unsuccessful. However, they did remember Starswirl giving it to them, with hopes that a purple pony would come along to hatch, raise the dragon in the name of all that is good in Equestria. And, grinned Spike, that pony was you, Twilight. Princess Celestia never told me how she used the egg test on every purple unicorn who saw admissions in the school for gifted unicorns. She added, most could get your egg to glow, which was considered a pass, but none could hatch you until, well, I did. And I'm grateful for you hatching me, hugged Spike. Well, never even knew I was over 1,000 years old. Twilight closed her eyes and sighed. What's wrong, Twilight? Asked Spike. I've never known you to be sad when you learn something new. What? She softly replied. What makes me sad is how selfish I've been. Selfish? Wondered Spike. What do you mean, Twilight? I mean, you are the Princess of Princess. The Tree of Harmony chose you as did Celestia herself. That's just it! Twilight boomed in self-frustration, while pulling the young dragon closer to her. I've been so caught up in me that I've neglected to tell you. Neglected? Gasped Spike as he felt himself firmly pressed against Twilight's barrel. What do you mean? The prophecy, Twilight cried. It said mother, and I've completely failed at being one. The purple dragon didn't know what to say, so he just allowed Twilight to release her feelings, while gently wiping away her tears. Spike, she said, getting all her emotions out. I've only ever known research. If I couldn't learn it through research, I presumed it couldn't be done. Worse, I thought I could never do it, since I couldn't find something written to instruct me on how to do it to fall back on. Well, stumbled Spike, it's better to be prepared than not, right? When I received word from Princess Celestia on what Cadence and Starlight Glimmer discovered, I felt my heart sink. It made me realize how much of what made me Princess of Friendship was you. You and your kindness, generosity, loyalty, laughter, and honesty. Huh? Spike wondered, upon hearing Twilight, who lists all the elements of harmony in regard to himself. Don't you see, Spike? Twilight asked. This is Princess Cadence and Celestia and Luna once we wielded the elements of harmony. It's the end of the prophecy that you and I were to do the same. But what about Pinkie Pie, Applejack, Rarity, and your other friends? Asked Spike. Didn't Princess Celestia send you to Ponyville to meet them, to recover the elements of harmony and defeat Nightmare Moon? She did, answered Twilight. However, it was only because I didn't see the forest for the trees. The forest for the what? Twilight stood up and looked around the room. Spike, she said. Minuet, lemon hearts, twinkle shine, wire heartstrings, and moon dancer could have just as easily become the elements of harmony alongside me. However, I was so caught up in studies and being serious and, well, being downright selfish to realize how all the answers I truly needed were before me, through the bond I was to build with you. Seeing Twilight all worked up wasn't making it a happy heart day for Spike. Hey, why don't we just let bygones be bygones and go to the donut shop? Perhaps we could get some of your old friends to... No, Spike. It's time I did something what I should have done years ago. Something I never thought I could do, as I was too afraid of failing at doing it. What's that? Asked Spike, as he visited his fingers. Be a mother to you, she replied. Young Dragon was caught off guard by the statement. Deep down, he had truly longed to be just like the other children he saw playing, going to school, hear time stories, etc. However, he never complained since Twilight raised him to be and helpful was what he was proud of being. Well, sort of. Spike, said Twilight, open the box Princess Celestia gave you. Spike opened the box, discovering an old ring that was engraved with runic symbols he did not understand. That's Scorpon's ring, she said. Princess Celestia found it in a hidden chamber within the palace of the True Sisters once we received words from Cadance and Starlight. She looked at the ring and its markings. He then looked at Twilight for guidance on what to do next. Put it on, Spike. It was meant for you. Scorpon's kiss to the Dragonborn from the magic of one who had prophesied he would hatch you. Spike nervously slid the ring on and was surprised at how it was a perfect fit. He then flinched because he expected something to happen, but nothing did. The ring's magic is to protect you from avarice, stated Twilight. Ever what? Asked Spike. Greed, grinned Twilight. So Celestia read that ring. You'll not succumb what happened to that birthday where, well, we don't need to go there. Young Dragon smiled brightly. He'd been very wary of getting gifts, for fear of becoming the monster he did during his first birthday in Ponyville. Ever since, all he got for gifts were books or a gem. It hurt not being getting lots of presents like his pony pals, but he knew it was for the best. Being free of this restriction made him feel most hopeful that he'd finally get some great toys, more gems, and other goodies he long waited but fear of having. Now, Spike, let's give you my first gift for your birthday. What's that? He asked while playing with his new ring. Hug. I love you, son, she said after wrapping her hose around Spike and kissing him on the cheek. It will for all eternity. I love you too, Mommy. He replied softly while snuggling to Twilight's chest, while rubbing his cheek against her muzzle. Now, she said, we have a lot of mother and son time to catch up on. Spike smiled. What are we going to do? He asked with his bright green eyes, focused on the purple alicorn. We're going to the comic book shop, she said. There's a comic I know you've always wanted, and we're going to go and get it for you. Really? You mean? PowerPoints Volume 1 with limited print on an alternate cover, cheered Twilight. Well, odd Spike. The two left to spend the rest of the day as mother and son, instead of princess and assistant. Twilight delighting in allowing Spike to explore about Canterlot as if he didn't have a care in the world. Honestly, he didn't need to have one. He was still young and well deserving of the precious years he had left before he did truly grow into those responsibilities he had unintentionally thrust him into. I promise, said Twilight while watching young Spike play with some other fillies and colts. Won't take you for granted ever again. The end. Cute, short, sweet. Well, it had some editing problems here and there, and it does do the old Spike is super special awesome trick that sometimes annoys me. It's still cute and fun.